I'll be honest, I was a bit skeptical when this box showed up here at the house. The manufacturer of this product calls it a comic book storage box. But let's be honest, this thing doesn't look like what we've come to expect from a comic book storage box. It's not plain and it certainly isn't white. But in this video, we're going to take a closer look at this product. Stay tuned. Reggie here, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. Recently, the manufacturer of this storage box reached out to me and asked me if I would be willing to take a look at their product. And as I mentioned in the intro, I was a bit skeptical about this box for several different reasons, but I decided to give it a go. And over the last little bit here, I've been experimenting with this box and I'm growing more and more comfortable with it. But over the course of this video, what I hope to be able to do is to talk about the pros and the cons of this new box, which is available on Amazon. One of the things that you will immediately notice is that this does not look like a comic storage box. Instead of cardboard, this box is made of 3 different materials. On the top or outer layer, you have a soft cotton linen, and in the middle, you have a sturdy PPP board or a polypropylene layer, which gives the box its rigidity. And on the inside, you have Oxford cloth. This is honestly an attractive box. This is not your standard comic book box that you want to hide away in the closet where nobody can see it. This thing is attractive. You could put this on the shelf, you could put it out in the open, and honestly, people would not bat an eye at this. I honestly think that if you have a significant other and you have a comic book collection, he or she would not mind looking at a box like this because this thing honestly is pretty stylish. This storage box is roughly the same size as a box from BCW, measuring 16 inches long, 8 inches deep, and 12 inches tall, which essentially means that this box can accommodate somewhere between 150 and 175 comics, as well as graphic novels and other collected works. As with anything, there are always some pros and some cons, and I will tell you that overall, this box is pretty solid, but there are some things that I think could be improved upon. One of those things are the handles, which I think are a little too thin and a little too narrow for my hands. I personally would like to see a beefier handle to give me a little more comfort. Now, I will tell you that the handles don't feel flimsy. They are firmly attached. I would just prefer a beefier handle, especially if I'm going to pack this full of graphic novels, which can be extremely heavy. I'd also like to see a slight modification to the closure for the box. At present, there is a 2.5-inch Velcro strip that seems a little undersized. I like to see either 2 strips on either side of the box or possibly just a longer strip of Velcro right in the middle. Alternatively, a magnetic closure that you typically see on a storage box could also work incredibly well. One of the big concerns that I had with this box was the fact that it's collapsible, right? It closes down to about 1 inch, which is wonderful for storage, but one of my big concerns was what would happen if there were a lot of weight inside the box and they were stacked on top of one another. So I experimented with that, and sure enough, there was no collapsing. There was no collapsing that happened, but I will tell you, I would like to see a heavier gauge PPP board used specifically for the top flap. I have some concerns that if not properly aligned when stacked together, comics could potentially be damaged. And so is this a realistic concern? I honestly don't know, again, because they're incredibly sturdy, but it is something that I wanted to kind of mention because this is a review of the product. I will tell you that I am using these comic book boxes here in the room, and I'm using them to organize my own graphic novels and collected works, which I just had randomly placed on some shelves across the room. But not only am I using them here in the comic book room, but I'm also using them in other rooms of the house. I've mentioned to people before that my children are learning to read, and they honestly have some massive book collections. And so I'm using these boxes to organize some of the books that they have in their rooms. And they are working incredibly well, I will tell you that. The manufacturer of the box is offering a pretty slick deal right now where you can pick these up at a significant discount. There is a link down in the description to head over to Amazon to take advantage of this offer. I encourage you to check it out. You can get the box not only in gray, but in black. You can get single boxes and you can get double boxes as well. The link is in the description. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
Rapper,